delivering quality education, expanding access to learning. The official TV-based instruction of Tagum City. This is Tagum City Division's DepEd TV. Tara na!
Good day, everyone! Welcome back in Lantaw Compre, a television-based instruction of DepEd Division of Tagum City. I am your teacher, Shekinah Asrafos, and I will be your guide in sharpening your skills and enhancing your minds in order to face the challenges in statistics and probability. Ready your self-learning module, your paper and pen with you, and let us have a wonderful day to discover about normal distributions. For this lesson, you are expected to convert a normal random variable to a standard normal variable and vice versa. Before we proceed to the lesson, let us try to answer these questions. Are you ready? Let's start! Choose the letter of the best answer. You have 5 seconds for every item to answer. Number 1. Which of the following is not part of the calculation for a z-score? A. X-score, B. Population mean, C. Population standard deviation, D. Degree of normality. The correct answer is letter D. Number 2. For any normal distribution, what is the z-score corresponding to the mean? A. 0, B. 1, C. -1, D. Cannot be determined. The correct answer is letter A. Number 3. If an entire population with mean is equal to 60 and standard deviation is equal to 8 is transformed into z-scores, then distribution of z-scores will have a mean of blank and a standard deviation of blank. A. 0, 1, B. 61, C. 0, 8, D. 68. The correct answer is letter A. Number 4. If a normally distributed population, mean is equal to 40 and a standard deviation is equal to 5, what is the z-score corresponding to x is equal to 34? A. -0.50, B. -0.85, C. -1.20, D. -1.53. The correct answer is letter C. Number 5. If mean is equal to 75 and a standard deviation is equal to 4, what x value corresponds to z is equal to -1.75? A. 78, B. 68, C. 67, D. 59. The correct answer is letter B. Number 6. The mean height of the candidates for the Mutya and Senior High School 2021 is 63.6 inches, and a standard deviation is 2.5 inches. The z-scores corresponding to the height of Miss TCNCHS is 1.56. How tall is Miss TCNCHS? A. 61.6 inches. B. 65.3 inches. C. 67.5 inches. D. 68.7. The correct answer is letter C. Number 7. The mean temperature for the month of February is 27 degrees with a standard deviation of 1.6 degrees. What is the z-score for a temperature of 29 degrees? A. 1.16. B. 1.25. C. Negative 1.52. D. Negative 1.06. The correct answer is letter B. Number 8. In a normal distribution with the mean of 75 and a standard deviation of 7, what does a z-score of negative 1.42 indicate? A. X value is equal to 65.06. B. The X value is more than the mean. C. The X value is 1.42 less than the mean. D. The difference between the X value and the mean is 7. The correct answer is letter A. Good job, class! I knew you could do it! Welcome once again in the world of statistics and probability. Normal random variable to standard normal variable. Study this problem. Suppose that the math final exam scores are normally distributed with a mean of 80 and a standard deviation of 5. If you got 85 in the math final exam, what is its equivalent z-score? In converting a normal random variable to a standard normal variable, if each normal random variable x in a normal distribution is converted to a standard deviation unit, called the standard normal variable z, the result will be the standard normal distribution. A normal random variable x in normal distribution has a corresponding z-value or z-score in standard normal distribution. It shows how many standard deviations the normal random variable x from the mean. To convert, we will use the z-score, wherein a z-score measures the distance between an observation and the mean, measured in units of standard deviation. So, the areas under the normal curve are given in terms of z-values or score. We will use the formula z is equal to x minus mean all over standard deviation, where z is equal to standard normal distribution value. X is equal to observed value of a normal random variable. Mean is equal to mean of the normal distribution. Standard deviation is equal to standard deviation of the normal distribution. Each of the values obtained using the given formula is called z-score. Basically, z-scores are not only applicable for normal distributions, but in essence, for any type of distribution. This is sometimes called standard score. A positive z-score tells that the value is above the mean, while a negative z-score tells that the value is below the mean. A z-score is unitless. Therefore, even values of different units could be compared relative to their groups. Let us try to practice these exercises. Convert the following scores to standard normal scores. Using the formula of z is equal to x minus mean all over standard deviation. Number 1. X is equal to 85. Mean is equal to 80. Standard deviation is equal to 4. Now let us use the formula Z is equal to x minus mean all over standard deviation. Now let us substitute each value. We have 85 minus 80 all over 4. And the answer is 1.25. Thus, the z value that corresponds to the raw score, 85, is 1.25 in a population distribution. The score of 85 is above average. Now, it's your turn to answer the remaining exercises on page 28 of your module. Let us learn deeper by practicing more. Solve this problem. The scores of students in a second quarter examination for general mathematics has a mean of 32 and a standard deviation of 4. If Jana and Moyer obtained z-scores of 1.25 and negative 1.25 respectively, what was their scores in the examination? You will be given 1 minute to answer. Show the necessary solutions on your notebook. Hint: the difference of their scores is 10. Time's up! Awesome, students! Now, let us gather what we have learned by filling in the blanks to complete the thoughts in each sentence. You will be given 1 minute to read first, then answer. Blank from the normal distribution can be converted into its corresponding value on a blank. A blank indicates the number of standard deviations above the mean, while a blank indicates the number of standard deviations below the mean. Any normal distribution can be transformed to standard normal distribution by the formula blank. To find the normal value x, use the formula blank. Let us check. A normal random variable from the normal distribution can be converted into its corresponding value on a standard normal distribution. A positive z-score indicates the number of standard deviation above the mean, while a negative z-score indicates the number of standard deviation below the mean. Any normal distribution can be transformed to standard normal distribution by the formula z is equal to x minus mean all over standard deviation. To find the normal value x, use the formula x is equal to z times normal distribution plus mean. That's great, students! You're in the right track. To those who failed to answer the questions, you can do better next time. It is amazing how you were able to study and answer the activities. Now, it is time to try the fruit of your journey by answering the assessments below. You have 5 seconds for every item to answer. Number 1. Which of the following tells how many standard deviations a point is away from the mean of its data set? A. X value. B. Media. C. Z-scores. D. B. Mode. The correct answer is letter C. Number 2. Which of the following is a formula that describes calculating a z-score? A. Z is equal to observed value of x minus mean all over standard deviation. B. Z is equal to observed value of x minus standard deviation all over mean. C. Z is equal to mean minus observed value of x all over standard deviation. D. Z is equal to mean minus observed value of x all over the square root of standard deviation. The correct answer is letter A. Number 3. In a normally distributed population, which of the following is true after converting the values of the normal random variables to standard scores? Letter A. The mean and the standard deviation are equal. Letter B. The mean is equal to 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1. Letter C. The mean is equal to 1 and standard deviation is equal to 0. Letter D. The mean is equal to 0 and the standard deviation ranges from -3 to +3. The correct answer is letter B. Number 4. A z-score of 0 means that A. The data value of a normal random variables equals the mean. B. The data value of a normal random variable is larger than the mean. C. The data value of a normal random variable is smaller than the mean. D. Both B and C. The correct answer is letter A. Number 5. A normal distribution of scores has a standard deviation of 10. Find the z-score corresponding a score of 60, where the mean score of the data value is 40. A. -2. B. -1. C. 0. D. 2. The correct answer is letter D. You're really working hard today. Keep it up! To enhance your learning more, answer the table number 1 on page 31. As you advance to the next lessons in statistics and probability, you will come across the z-score in a wide variety of settings, like calculating the probability of a score occurring within a standard normal deviation and comparing two scores coming from different samples which may have different means and standard deviations. As a result, it's significant to ensure that you completely comprehend the idea of standardizing the values of random variable of the normal distribution by converting them to z-scores. The best way to do this is to practice the calculation in such a way that it basically turns out to be very easy. This will make understanding future topics much simpler. And that concludes our lesson for the day. I hope today's episode has been very helpful. See you again in the next episode of Lantaw Compre, School on Air Through Television. I am your teacher broadcaster, Shekinah Asrafols, saying, don't be mean, be above average. Bye-bye!